All right, welcome back. Um, Again, this is Mike Perkins, one half of MVP, one half of Opinions I Like podcast, one half of Mike and Vince Perkins, and on this here, I'm the whole show. Um, I like to send out a personal thanks to Bernard and Edward Anderson. They shared the video. Consequently, the video um, did very well. Had a lot of views, had a lot of interesting comments. Some things I'm going to take into consideration going forward with any of the videos that I make. And as a matter of fact, one of the comments rather, inspired this video that I'm going to make today. And as always, if you like the video, please share it. Please subscribe. Let's try to get us to let's do this. Let's do 200 before we get to the end of June. 200 before the end of June. All right, y'all help me out. I'll keep kicking out content. So the last video I did, we came to the conclusion that 56% of black men do not have kids. Most people don't kind of understand, where that comes from. If you don't, you can go back to the video. I break it down pretty well, if I do say so myself. One of the comments suggested that maybe I should show what's happening with the women to kind of give context, and I couldn't agree more. So I think I left out with regards to the 56% of men not having kids is I didn't do it relative to the actual average amount of men that have kids overall in the US. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that right now. It's from the same report that I had. Okay, so this is the same report that I got the last time. This report here is a Census Bureau releases first ever report on men's fertility. So it's the first ever report. It's this chart right here. Fathering. This is from this paragraph. And I'm going to go back up here. And this is what I want you to focus on right here. So June 13, 2019, about 61.6% of the men, which is 74.7 million men, ages 15 and over, which is the same range that I gave you the last time when I made the last video, are fathers. Now, if we go back to the percentage that I gave you for how many black men are actually fathers, that's 43.8%. So around 44%. Let's go with 44%. So at 44%, we are almost 18 points lower than the national average. Okay? So it's not only amazing that more than half of your men don't have kids, but it's also amazing that we're not just lower than the average, but we're 18 points lower, which makes us we have the least amount of fathers percentage wise in our community. How many dads? The proportion of dads over 15, 6 out of every 10. We're closer to 4 out of every 10. So that's that. So what they wanted me to do is they wanted me to show some stats on women and who's having kids. Generally speaking, I haven't seen any stats that suggest that there's like a percentage of women who actually have kids. What they generally do is they give birth rates for women. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show. Okay. So what we have here is fertility rates among women, and they break it down just like they broke down the other one. This is for 2019. Now the birth rates, fertility rates have been dipping for a while now. It's rumored that them trying to overturn Roe v. Wade has something to do with it. Neither here nor there, just a point to think about. If you look here, the actual fertility rates and this is figure 1. This is general fertility rates by race and Hispanic origin of mother, United States 2018 to 2019. They're just showing that it dipped from one year to the next. Okay. If you look here, this is all races and origins. This is America. This is in the U.S. So it's around 58 births per 1,000 women, because that's how they do it. They let's see here. General rates of fertility have declined in the U.S. 1% in 2019 to 58.3 per 1,000 women ages 15 to 44. They stop at 44 because after 44, you know, women aren't really having kids. So, you know, that would be a very, very, very small number. And it dropped from 59 to this 58.3 births per 1,000 women. So that's how they do it. That's the national average. You go over here and you look at black women. This is black, non-Hispanic. You have 62 in 2018, but then you have 61.4 in 2019. Again, they're above the national average. There are around 4 times as many white women as there are black women. I think black women make up around 13.7% of the nation's women, and white women make up around 57%. It's around 4 times. Our birth rate per every 1,000 women versus theirs. I mean, they're having more kids, obviously, because there's just more of them, but ours is higher than theirs, as you can see, and higher than the national average. So what is the point of this? The point is to say that our women are having babies on par above the national average, but your men are 18 points lower how many guys are actually fathers. It's what we thought all along, is that women are hitching their wagon or circling their wagon around a few guys and they're having babies. No shade, but the conclusion can only be drawn that since we have such a small amount of fathers in the black community and our women are still having babies on par or above the national average, then I would assume that that's because they're picking a small amount of guys. No shade, just the truth. This is 2019. I have a little clip that I want to play that kind of illustrates what it is that I'm talking about. Let's see here.
A man who treats me the way I always wanted. He's there for me and my 3 kids, and he even helps me out with bills. But the problem is the sex is horrible. It's really bad. I have tried to enjoy him, but I just can't. My baby daddy puts it down, but he is for the streets. He literally has 2 other women pregnant right now, and I know he's no good for me. But because we have 3 kids together, I know I can always sleep with him, even though I know he'll never be in a committed relationship. My current guy is always talking about our future. He's always talking about marriage, and I know he will make a great husband, but I'm just not sure I can deal with terrible sex for the rest of my life. And there isn't much to be done because he is not all that big, for lack of better words. What should I do?
Okay, so if we're let's break down this video here. So you have a young lady who has a guy who is willing to provide, protect, accept kids that aren't his, treat you the way that you want to be treated, the whole shebang. Everything that they describe when you ask a woman, what is it that she wants in a man? The only thing is that his member is not as big as she would like, and the sex isn't good, consequently. But she has her baby daddy, who has at least 2 other women pregnant, which means that he has a total of 3 baby mamas. And she would gladly have sex with him because she knows that he will put it down. See the point here? A lot of what we continue to see is that women, our women in particular, will gladly sacrifice provisions, protection, a good man, good treatment, for good sex, or a guy who is just reckless with his seed. We can't keep being tasked with saving this mentality. You're a woman who likes to do that. Look, no shade. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But no man, not this guy, owes you to save you from this mentality. That guy happens to get this video, please leave. Kendra's platform is big enough to where I think if somebody figured it out, they would shoot you the video and say, hey, here. But long gone are the days where we cannot grab actual data that suggests that black men are being very, very, very responsible with our reproductive organ, and our women are choosing to be frivolous. The data points it out. Now, for me, I just want to get to the bottom of what the problem is so that we can start having real conversations and not having these narrative conversations of men just need to step up. No, men don't need to step up. Men don't need to step up for kids that are not theirs. The men that need to step up are the men that you all keep having kids with. That's it. And if you're not picking good fathers, numbers suggest that you have 56% of black men that you can choose from. So, with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you leave with a like, subscribe to just help the channel grow. Again, I would like to thank Bernard Riley and Edward Anderson for sharing the video. Hopefully, the people that came through can watch this video and enjoy it just as well. This is Mike Perkins. I am out.